a lot of my gold. But I showed I showed in this challenge, which is kind of cool. I mean, otherwise, what are you doing in the game, right?
I don't know.
I mean, if some people say, well, let's see, if you go above level 14, your commander can get killed. Well, I don't want to go above 14. I said, yeah, well, that's what I thought at first, but I totally maxed out at level 14. Either I quit the game because I was doing nothing, or I go into level 15 and take that risk, right? So that's just a boundary that you cross to kind of go, well, am I playing this game or not?
What is this, some kind of a phone game?
No, this is a Mobile Strike.
Mobile?
Yeah, on a device. Yeah.
Well, we all need something to do while sitting on the toilet, I guess.
Exactly. You got it. Some people play Candy Crush, but
yeah, and some people aren't in the mood for candy while they're on the toilet. But
now they would need to have a special version for Pokemon Go for the toilet.
We
should have saved that joke for the show.
That would be a different kind of Go.
Yeah,
with the Pokemon Go.
Because if Pikachu shows up when you're sitting on the throne, it's like, fuck, get out of here, man.
Pikachu's gonna go.
Yeah, right. Or Pikachu wants to go.
Peekapoo. There we go.
Peekapoo. That was a tongue trip.
Yes. Pokemon Go on the toilet with Peekapoo.
Right.
There we go. All this and more.
And we've been using up all these good jokes, and we're not even on the show yet.
No. The 8 o'clock hour passed. I just, here's one thing.
We're live.
Here's one thing you got to learn about co-hosting with Gators. You never know when the audience is going to start listening. I don't care your mid-sentence. I don't care it makes no sense. Right. I don't care that the listeners have no idea why you're talking about gold. Boom, they got it.
Yeah.
So that was always fun to try to see what mid-conversation thing I could surprise the listeners with each week when I,
right.
That was back in the days, with Emily and the Dark Elf. They learned real quick, be careful what we talk about because usually they had no idea. Yeah. They had no idea once the stream started rolling. But anyways, we should open the show is what we should do because...
That's what we should do.
Because it's time for another fun-filled edition of...
Insert title here.
And there we go. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And it's a Monday. It's 8 o'clock Eastern. It's time for Gators and Brian here to do our thing. Isn't that right?
And try to entertain people or pretend like we are.
Pretend like we are. We're gonna try to entertain more people because we actually are. This is a short week for me because I am heading out of town Wednesday night and taking a nice long weekend down the Jersey Shore. I'll be back next week, but there's no prep going on between now and next week's show. Not that we ever do any prep, but.
Well, but that's our trade secret. We were not going to tell anybody.
Except for no, we're not going to tell anyone. We announce it on the stream, on the show, for anyone who's out there listening, and that, in effect, is the same thing as telling no one.
Right.
So, the secret is if you want to keep something secret, don't be afraid to call in and say it right on the stream. It will stay secret. But speaking of which, I really ought to sign on to the Skypes. So, because I completely forgot to do that. Because you can write in to NHB Live through AOL Instant Messenger. Thank you, Skype, for automatically signing into the account I don't want to sign into. Because NHB Live is also the Skype account. But, unfortunately... Skype has decided right now is when it will update itself.
Oh.
Skype has an annoying habit of, I swear, someone put into the code of Skype, if ShowStream has just connected on the computer you're running on, then install update. I'm telling you, that's right there in the code. With a line number in front of it because Skype is obviously coded in GW Basic. So, Brian, how's your week going? How was your weekend?
All right. We went down to Pacific Grove and the whole weekend for the weekend, and it was foggy the whole time. Never saw any sun. Before we moved in, we had the whole place painted, and the painter was also doing stuff like cleaning out the gutters and all that kind of stuff. And our rain gutters had these gutter guard things, these aluminum things with holes.
Okay.
And that was supposed to keep crap out from getting out of the gutters. In that place, it doesn't work at all. So he removed the gutter
gators,
and set them aside. He was going to throw them away. He says, "No, I'm using those also on the Danville house, so I'll just take them to Danville. No big deal."
Right.
So we just kind of threw them in this corner behind the shed. And little that we knew, the shed was a secret little spot that the deer like to hang out in. And those things were in the way, so they weren't doing that. So I had pulled them out and kind of washed the gunk off them and stuff like this and couldn't put these in the shed.
Right.
The very next day, I look in that little corner where they were outside, where the deer used to hang out, and they've been back because they, leave little poop marks, all over that little corner.
Well, how else are you going to know that they've been there? It's only polite
exactly
to kind of leave
right.
your mark.
They left their mark. Yeah.
Hey, we got a present
They
for
showed
you.
their appreciation. Yes. My wife decided, we should put something on this. Why?
If it's not peekapoo, it's deer poo.
They'll do something else that's probably worse.
There you
go. Like eat our plants, That's why they go in the backyard anyway.
I got to tell you, I did a science fair project in 6th through 8th grade. We had science fairs, and the best science fair project I did was in 6th grade, where I did a scientific experiment on how to best deal with apple browning. Because you cut an apple, you leave it out, it turns brown. Right. So what do you do about this? So you set up a test with you slice up a bunch of apples. You put one in the fridge. You leave one out on the table. That's your control. You put one in the fridge. You put one in a jar. You put one in a thing of water. You put some salt on one. You put some lemon juice on one, and you throw a slice in the freezer, and then you kind of compare them and take notes every so many minutes and keep a nice little chart of how fast all these different apples are browning. And heck, you try it with different varieties of apples. So I had a Red Delicious, a Golden Delicious, a Granny Smith, and a Macintosh. The Macintosh computer didn't brown nearly as fast as the actual apples did. Interesting little tidbit there. So if you don't want your apples to brown, you
included that in your test data?
I did include that in the test data, that the Macintosh computer that I bought and sliced up. No, an actual Macintosh apple, not a computer.
Yes.
I did not dismantle a computer for the purposes of science in 6th grade.
And how was the Apple II?
The Apple II. The Apple II.
We know that it runs slower.
You ever think back to school and realize that there was something you were oblivious to at the time that has now become apparent to you that you're looking back? You ever do that where you think back and you go, I never realized that at the time, but oh my God, that's so obvious.
Sure, yeah.
I went to a school. No, I was in Hillsborough Elementary School. I went there from 3rd to 5th grade, and they had a computer lab, and it was this room that they had these long tables in and a bunch of Apple IIe computers set up, and you did typing.
Wow, the
things.
enhanced one.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah. And when I think back, I think back to the computer lab, and I stopped and I thought, I'm pretty sure that room was intended to be a storage closet. I'm pretty sure that wasn't meant to be a classroom. It was long, it was skinny, and they crammed us all in there. It was long enough that they could, basically put a table against each wall and have us back to back with enough room in the middle for a teacher to walk up and down. But there were no windows in here, and it was a very narrow, long room, and it wasn't that big. And I'm thinking, no, that was a storage closet they jammed the computers into and crammed us all into. And it never struck me at the time, but thinking back, it's like, no, that was a storage closet.
Well, because you had the disadvantage that you never saw the room before it was a computer center, right?
Yeah, but when I think back to it now, it's like, that had to have been a storage closet.
Of course. Yes, of course.
So,
yes, yeah. And it's because you didn't see that what it was before, it was a computer center, you had no idea. And
right.
You thought nothing of it.
Right.
This is the computer center. That's all there's to it. Yeah.
That's all there was to it. And but anyways, so sixth grade I did the Apple experiment, and they had judging, and apparently the judges liked my experiment, but I made one grave mistake that resulted in my not winning a prize. I may have won a prize if I didn't make this mistake. So you have these like boards that are set up, and you put poster board on, and you have like the 8-step scientific process, and you got to write out all your different steps. And my mom handed me 2 markers to write this out, and they were blue and they were red. And I thought to myself, well, apples are red, except for the Golden Delicious and the Granny Smith, but the Red Delicious was red, the Macintosh was primarily red. So clearly...
Red represented apples.
Right, so I should write more with the red marker. So I used the blue marker for my titles and the red markers for the actual content, making most of the text written on these boards red. And after I did this, my mom immediately asked me, why did you do that in red? And I was like, because apples red. She's like, yeah, but that's more difficult on the eyes to read. You should have done the titles in red and the text in blue. I'm like, whatever, it's too late now. Apparently the judges were also struggling to read all this red text and kind of gave up on it and moved on to the next experiment, even though they did find that one of the more interesting ones. It was I was actually told that the red writing detracted from reading it and resulted in So that was a fail right there. So if you ever have to do a science fair project, don't go with the red marker.
Well, you did. Did you?
I mean, my grade was fine.
Your grade was fine. Okay, you just didn't win.
I didn't win. I didn't win a prize, and part of the reason I didn't win a prize was because. And also, here's another thing I learned at the science fair. If you're going to be a creepy guy that has stalkerish tendencies towards a female in another class, don't use a disc camera. And I know that sounds very random and makes no sense, but let me explain.
Yes, it sounds random. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Well, all right. So I had a disc camera. You remember disc film?
Oh yeah. They were on little discs.
Right.
You popped it in the thing.
Right, and you got 15 whole pictures on one disc. You snap the picture, you advance, and it moves the disc to the next position.
That's because a little tiny bit of film is going to get you a much better picture.
It was well, what the size of the picture.
The original Instamatic camera was nearly 35 millimeter.
Well, but then they did the 110.
Was huge. And then they got the 110, which was, a quarter of that or smaller. And then the disc was even smaller. Yeah, they had it down perfectly.
I think the disc was probably going to give you about the same size on the negative as the 110 was going to give you. It's just that it was like putting a ViewMaster in your camera to take pictures onto.
Because you were going to take it out of the camera then, have it developed, and play it on a ViewMaster.
You probably could.
Oh, that's right. Kodak completely missed that whole idea, right?
No, you didn't, because the negative was the part that you could try to put in a ViewMaster. Because you did get back this like wheel in your envelope that was the negatives.
Right.
Here's the thing.
And they didn't have electronics then that would flip the image to a positive.
Right.
It would project into a ViewMaster.
And it wasn't taking stereo images. It wasn't taking two pictures to get you the 3D effect. But anyways,
I mean, Kodak was really, again, dropping the ball in that whole concept, even another level.
But when I was in 7th grade, I had noticed that there was a particularly attractive female in the 8th grade class by the name of Anne Marie. I was quite taken with her. To the point that her mother had a few words for me to the effect of you stay the fuck away from my daughter. Although I don't think she actually dropped
her.
She
didn't drop the F-bomb.
She didn't drop the F-bomb, but she wanted to. But she also happened to be the 3rd grade teacher at the school, so I don't think dropping the F-bomb at another student. It was
as a third. Yeah, right.
It was the most embarrassing moment of my life because here's the thing: is I was just trying to be nice. I was just trying to be nice. I wanted to hold the door open for her in the morning when she got into school. So I would always hang out near the door so I could hold the door open for her. To be nice. I wanted to be a nice guy and finish last, which is where I finished throughout my entire school career, was last when it comes to this topic. And so I'm standing there, you know, and other people, everyone knew. There was no keeping these things secret. I was as obvious as I could be. Everyone knew that Gators is into Anne Marie and is waiting here by the door to hold the door open for her because he's a idiot who can't take a hint that she doesn't want a damn thing to do with you because you're a weirdo hanging around opening up at the door for her. And she comes up, her mother storms up to me, grabs me like by the arm, pulls me off to the side of the and everyone else there is laughing hysterically because they know what's going down here. Oh my God, it was awful. Absolutely, I was terrified of her for the rest of my time at this school for the remaining year and a half there.
What grade was this?
I was in 7th grade.
Oh, in 7th, yeah.
I was in 7th grade. She was a 3rd grade teacher. Now, I never had her as a teacher because I didn't go to that school that long, but I was terrified of her the rest of my time there. Wouldn't go. Here's the follow-up to that story. My mom later became a teacher at that school and became really good friends with her. Small world.
Was she aware of that story, or that just...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Definitely.
Maybe she was trying to make up for it.
I don't think that. No, they genuinely liked each other and got along really well, and were very good friends. Because my mom was teaching 2nd grade, so he was right across the hall from her. So, but they got along really well and became really good friends. Yeah. So, anyways, when you're a creepy stalker-esque 7th grader like me. And you have a camera and are into taking pictures and documenting things, you're like, oh, I'd really like to get a picture of her science fair project. Because, this made sense to me at the time.
Yes.
But I didn't want to be seen getting a picture of her science fair project. Because this was clearly... I did not want to be humiliated in front of the entire school again. That's...
Yes, because you already had some history there.
Right. There's nothing like public humiliation to inspire you.
You didn't attempt to hide the whole thing by taking pictures of, like, everybody's science fair project.
Well, yeah, but mind you, you only have 15 pictures on one disc.
Yes, of course.
And I am also a 7th grader.
The beautiful thing about the digital age, you could take thousands of pictures and sneak that one in amongst the thousands.
You see, yeah, nowadays...
And you know exactly where to go. You would know the frame number. It's 14537. My favorite number.
86753. Anyways, today that would be the game plan. I'm documenting every one science fair project because I am that into science.
Right. But back in that day, we had the disc camera. So continue with your story.
And I loved taking pictures. I took a picture of my project. I took a picture of a friend's project. I'm kidding. I had no friends. I had Genocide Rob was my friend, and he was there because he was in 6th grade. I was in 7th grade. Anne-Marie's in 8th grade.
Rob. Yeah,
Genocide Rob.
And he knew that name then, or
no, he was just Robert then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He became Genocide Rob.
Yeah, that was his radio name when he was co-hosting the show with me for a while there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So longtime listeners are familiar with Genocide Rob. So Genocide. So I took a bunch of pictures, and I had 2 pictures left on the disc, and so I recruited Genocide Rob to. Here's what you do: you borrow my camera, because no one will figure out that's not your camera. That's only Gators has a camera that looks like that with the bright green button on it. No one will recognize the camera. Take the camera. This won't look suspicious at all. And I just want you to casually walk by Anne-Marie's science fair project and snap a picture of it and continue on and give me back the camera. Now, there's only 2 pictures left on the disc. So don't take more than 2 pictures, or you're going to start ruining the other pictures, because the camera don't care that you reach the beginning. It'll let you keep going and taking pictures on top of pictures you already took as long as you want to. That was the great thing about the disc.
There was no stopping it? I did not realize that there was no stopping it.
There was no stop.
Excellent. That's funny as hell.
Advance, click. Advance, click. So you get to 15 and click.
But you did see the number in the window or something.
Right.
It would let you go back to 1 and do it again.
Right. Because there was a little trap door.
You save a lot of film by doing it twice or 3 times.
Yes, there is that. Because there was a little trap. There was a little trap door, basically, that the lever that closed the door would slide open the little window where the film was, and then you lift the lever up and it closes that door, and you open it up and take the disc out and drop it off at your 24-hour film developing place or wherever.
Right.
The ShopRite counter. But anyway, so I gave him the camera.
The Photomat store, right?
And I was like, don't take any other pictures. It was down to the last picture. That's right. It was down to the last picture.
By the way, have you seen any of these booths lately with the photo, Photomat or one of the other outfits? They just had a little booth in the parking lot where you could drop off your stuff.
I never use those types of booths, so
you know what I'm talking about. They used to be all over the place.
They did.
And now I think they're completely gone. I mean,
they could have just put a color laser jet printer in these things, and because people there are still people.
Dude, they like to have the picture. In fact, I saw where were we? We were in Pacific Grove. We were in the public, and this girl was walking around. Yeah, we went to the wharf, and this girl had this little camera. Took the picture, and the little screen popped out like the old Polaroid.
Nice.
It was a little square photo that came out of the camera.
Right, and there are people that will take their camera or the USB stick or whatever to the store to have them printed out on nice photo paper. So there is still photo services out there. It's just not like it used to be.
Yeah.
So I handed him the camera. I took in 14 pictures. I saved number 15 for Anne-Marie Science Fair project because I was making my own series of Anne-Marie trading cards. Basically, I was getting a picture of the Science Fair project. I admit this was a little bit creepy, but
a little bit obsessed. Yes,
but I was in 7th grade in my defense.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, you live.
Well,
you learn.
There are guys that have these little obsessions with the teachers. That would probably be worse, right?
My first crush was my 3rd grade science teacher, who actually has a Twitter account. Is it creepy that I know that?
It probably is.
Yeah, okay.
It's just a little bit creepy.
I have not followed her on Twitter.
Okay. Well, how did you learn that she did?
Well, because I looked.
Oh, okay.
I know what her I know her name. So, yeah.
Right.
One of these days,
Say
you kind of
anything.
there comes a time where you think to yourself, "Gee, I wonder what Mrs. Weibel is up to these days." And it's okay because that's not
Right.
her last name anymore.
Right.
I lost out on my opportunity there. Someone else got
Right.
in and swooped up Mrs. Weibel before I had my chance.
Did she what? So she married one of your classmates?
No, not. I don't mean one of my classmates or one of my peers or some. You know what? That's another. We're sidetracking here on Gator's history of failed attempts at romance, because everyone in my class in third grade knew I had a thing for Mrs. Weibel. There was no keeping this secret, and she was. Now our teacher was Miss Schott, and but for science we switched classrooms with the other class, and Miss Zweibel taught us science, and I was just like, head over heels. Oh my God, this is like the hottest girl I've
And that
ever
was
seen.
what grade was that?
Third grade.
In third grade. Oh, okay.
Third grade. I totally, it was like, wow, this is love. That was my first crush, Miss Zweibel, and I proceeded to tell everyone that I was in love with Mrs. Weibel, and my classmates took great delight in teasing me about this, but whatever. So there was this one kid in my class, Leon, and here was the thing though, is that when you like someone, you don't want them to know you like them. So I would have just been absolutely horrified if anyone told Mrs. Weibel I was into her.
Is this going to be Miss Weibel?
I don't.
No.
No, this is not Mrs. Weibel.
Okay, just checking.
Boy, you creepy stalker, you.
And I haven't even got to the point of the story, which was the bean plants that the deer ate. But, well, Venison,
Yeah, right.
you have some commentary here to add, I take it.
No, not really. I think I'll wait a little bit.
You want to hear how this story turns out. So Leon would taunt me. I'm going to tell her. I'm going to tell her you love her. I'm like, don't tell her. No, I'm going to.
The teacher or
The teacher, yeah, Mrs. Weibel. He's like, I'm going to tell her you love her.
How did we? Okay, yeah. Let's finish that side story. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So we go to science class. We're sitting there, and she's teaching. And Leon raises his hand. Miss Weibel calls on him. Yes, Leon? And I kid you not. Jonathan loves you. And the room just burst out in laughter. Everyone, including me.
Well, everybody knew.
Everybody knew.
Yeah,
I loved her.
So it's kind of an inside joke that everybody knows.
Everyone burst
Otherwise,
out
it wouldn't be funny.
laughing.
It's like, oh.
Now,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I don't know if she knew this. I don't know if she believed this. All I do know is her reaction was to yell at Leon and act as if she didn't believe this, which amused me that she didn't believe it. It relieved me too,
Yeah,
but
right,
I was laughing with there was no way I could not laugh, as horrified as I was. What could I do but laugh because it was
sure.
funny? It was funny.
It's a window open.
So
See, some people, I think people that don't have the ability to laugh at themselves are actually worse off. I mean, some people would just be mortified and deny everything and whatever, and we would just call him Donald Trump.
right.
And kill Squealer.
So fast forward 4 years to a Gators who has not learned his lesson and is now handing the disc camera with one picture left to Genocide Rob to go get a picture of Anne-Marie's science fair project. And this is the last picture. So don't go goofing off with this camera. Don't take pictures of anything else. You walk there, you take the one picture and only that picture, and you come back. He goes wandering off.
Right? You have one job.
He had one job.
Yeah.
You know better.
I love that line nowadays. That has
You had one job, Robert.
yeah, absolutely.
He runs off, points a camera at some other kid, snaps a picture of him. I'm like, what did you do? What are you doing? He's like, no, I got it. Advances the film, walks over to her project. I'm like, no, stop, no. Click. This is not drawing any attention to this whole thing after that. I'm trying to keep quiet
Of
about
course
it.
not. Now everybody sees what's going on.
And that's how I ended
Oh
up
yeah.
That's how I ended up with a double exposed picture of Anne-Marie Science Fair project and someone else's Science Fair project.
Oh, and another, I thought it was another person. I got it.
All right.
So it's
yeah.
science meets science.
So I you know what?
Know,
I don't remember
some
what
of
it was.
the best science has has come from the combination thereof.
I forget what it was double exposed with. I remember the double exposed picture coming out, and I could see her project and something else. It was, but I don't remember what else was what the other thing in that picture was. But my science fair project that year was the effects of a pulsing sound on plants, and I had bought.
Okay.
I had bought a bunch of bean plant seeds and 10 little, pots, the type of pots that will disintegrate in the ground afterwards, so you can plant them outside later.
Yeah.
And I picked 2 windows on the same side of our house, so they both got the same amount of sun. One window was in the kitchen, one window was in my bedroom, so they're one right above the other. And I measured out the amount of water that I gave them daily. And but the difference is that the plants in the kitchen just sat there in the kitchen. That's it. The plants in my room, I had this electronic device that was actually I had one of those like 501 electronic kits, and one of the things was a plant grower. That's in theory
From Radio Shack.
right. Yeah, and the project was you built this thing and it made a pulsing sound, and I was supposed to make plants grow faster. And I was like, well, let's find out if it really works. And it did. It did. The only one of the plants in the downstairs actually sprouted. All 5 of the plants upstairs sprouted within the period of time that I did this in.
And this is how we got into talking to our plants.
Right. So yeah, a pulsing sound near your plants will improve their, according to my scientific experiment. And so after we were done with the project,
of course, every time you turn the radio on, they start head banging.
Yeah, there is that. Start shaking the beans off of the stalk. So we plant them all outside because they were sprouting nicely and they were looking great. We plant them all outside along the side of the house and thinking,
And
oh
the
boy,
beans are fertilized. Yeah.
oh, we're gonna get some good beans out of here. Those are looking good, and they were coming up really nicely. And then one day, go outside, no bean plants. Some fucking deer came and ate them all.
There we go, and that's how it ties in with my little story of the
Yes.
beans that crap in the corner.
Yes. We took a trip down memory lane on our way there because when I think about that science fair project, when I think about the bean plants and the science fair, I think about that
the disc camera, the whole thing.
the disc camera and Robert fucking up the one. He had one job.
And the mysterious deer is glowing in the neighborhood.
Yes. But that did not win the prize at the science fair. I don't know why. That one was a pretty good experiment. And by then I was using the printer to print out the text to put on the science fair board.
Yeah.
Much better than the red marker. And then 8th grade I did a science fair experiment on the battery life of different brands of batteries. And I found out that Rayovac Alkaline was the best. Duracell was just behind it. The Rayovac only lasted like a minute longer than the Duracell. And Energizer sucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
that has got interesting results.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the thing is I seem to recall, yeah. No, actually, no. Duracell lasted the longest. Rayovac Alkaline was just behind. However, when you did a calculation of the price per unit of energy or something like that,
Yeah,
the Rayovac Alkaline was the better value, and it lasted almost as long as the Duracell. But the Energizer sucked. That's what it was.
Interesting. See, actually, it's interesting.
Right.
I buy Eveready. That's my preferred brand.
Eveready,
Yes.
Eveready makes Energizer,
Yeah.
but the Eveready
yeah,
are the
yeah,
non-alkaline ones.
No. But the company is Eveready.
So they make a line of Eveready alkaline batteries, or you saying you buy Energizers?
Well, I buy Energizers. Yeah.
Oh well, you might
I
want
never had a
Because
problem
it's
with it.
by Eveready. But yeah, the reason why I do is because I had a neighbor that was a sales rep for Energizer.
Now, did this person like to walk through your yard banging a bass drum by any chance?
No.
At random intervals of the day? Boom, boom, boom. No. Okay. That's how they were selling the batteries, was by, marching around with a bass drum.
I was neighbors him before that promotion came out.
Ah.
The bunny suit, the whole thing. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that came after we were neighbors.
Well, we should check the messages, because if anyone wants to write in with their embarrassing childhood stories, you could write into NHB Live through AOL Instant Messenger or Skype.
Oh.
Call in on the Skype at NHB Live, or you could tweet at NHB Radio. John A. writes in, hello, you. Sir Mars tweets in, Google is discontinuing Google Plus Hangouts on air on September 12th. Yeah, they're transitioning it to something else, which is smart because Google Plus sucks. John A. writes in sup.
So they're going to where are they going to put it in a new format then?
I don't know the details of it yet, but
But it'll continue with the Hangouts because I think those are popular.
they're gonna,
the rest of it sucks.
Yeah, they're going to continue. There's still going to be a way to do the Hangout and the streaming to YouTube.
Right.
Which
In
operates?
fact, in my mind, why was that ever taken out of YouTube? That should have always been part of YouTube.
Yeah, to me,
Can you go to Google to go into YouTube?
Yeah,
That's stupid.
That I always felt it was stupid. The only reason to go to Google Plus is because that's the only way you get to stream on YouTube, and it was I always thought that was bullshit. And they're finally
Or was
realizing
that me? I think that was me.
they finally
I think
realized.
I froze.
Oh, okay. Oh,
We're back.
Woodshop writes in.
Embar-
Woodshop writes in. So thought you were going to say red means bad, and you're only supposed to use that for the less than best results.
Embarrassing childhood stories, huh?
Dune writes in, are you still in touch with the rocket scientist? Rocket scientist? Who's a rocket scientist? Did I mention a rocket scientist during the story?
I was at one time.
No. We need some clarification, Mr. Dune.
Yeah, I don't know who the rocket scientist... Now, if you're referring to Genocide Rob as a rocket scientist, ironically, that would be like Mr. Rocket Scientist with the disc camera that he can't operate properly. Maybe that's. But I am not in touch with Genocide Rob anymore. He is one of the 3 people that have me blocked on Twitter.
And never wants to see him again.
Well, the thing is that I reached a point where I never wanted to talk to Robert again, and I told him so. And about 10 years later, you kind of soften on that stance, and you try to reach out again, and you get blocked on Twitter. Woodshop writes in, it's moving to YouTube Live. See, now that makes sense.
It always made sense, yes. Why did they... Yeah.
But
well, very good. There's the answer to the YouTube Google Plus question.
There we go. No,
Wow.
I am...
Anyway.
Anyways, let's see what Ms. Weibel is up to on Twitter these days. While we're at it, let's see.
Yeah, you were the only one. My entire 3rd grade class of into war teacher.
Oh, she does this thing where she has some kind of script that automatically tweets hello, and the number of followers she has. Hello, 768 followers. Thank you so much for following. Wishing you all a happy Monday. So a lot of thanks and hellos is what she tweets, and something about
some people think Twitter means, okay, if I get a new follower, I have to continually tweet the thanks. On and on and on and on. Of course, there is, Follow Friday or Fucked Up Friday, which whatever you want to call it. But, continuously, whatever. There's this guy I've communed with, and he sends flower to a whole, pictures of flowers to a lot of his followers, all the time, which...
Right.
Okay, I got it. Okay, and I think it's various combinations of his followers that he adds to the tweet of the flowers.
Now here's the thing.
Which is okay,
if I follow her on Twitter, is that creepy?
I think at this point, all sins have been absolved.
Or forgotten.
Yes, but if you go to the point of looking someone up on Twitter and following them, that suggests that there's still motivations there or something.
Call it nostalgia.
Yeah.
But do you think of it the same way when you're following different people from your high school?
Well, let me tell you, I have not looked up Anne Marie or Allison on Facebook, but I.
Right.
I wonder if a different picture is going to come up. Hello there, caller.
I even used my real name.
Oh, that's what that was.
I didn't have time to look up that lady's name.
I was going to see how you tried to spell Swible. I thought that would have been real interesting.
I am just shocked that I had to call. I was going to wait till later, but did I hear right that Brian actually has limits to tweeters? There's actually something that tweaks Brian when it comes to tweets? Did I hear that right?
Brian,
maybe that was overinterpreted.
I'm just saying you are like the tweet master.
Yeah, but
I think you have an app that shows when I'm asleep.
Brian,
I think that was the point I was really getting to. But yeah, I'll retweet anything.
You'll retweet anything.
I can always tell when you're stirring.
Yes, Brian tweets in bursts.
Yes, he does. I do like that you do the shotgun approach, just get them all out of there at one time.
But I want to touch on something here because you just sparked an interesting thought in my head, and I think that put a good thought to this, because why in the heck did I look up this Twitter account? And you said nostalgia. Now, is that a thing that's been defined, a nostalgia crush? Like,
how old were you when this happened, by the way? I didn't catch that part.
Which story?
Well, the rocket scientist was the guy that outed you in the class.
Leon. That was third grade.
Oh, third grade. Okay.
Oh, Leon. Oh.
Leon was the guy who told Miss Bible.
Third grade wouldn't have worked for you to turn to him and say, "No, I loved you more." That wouldn't have worked.
No, that would not have worked. No, that
would have made no sense in third grade.
That was third grade when I don't know how he thought that was going to go over or how he saw that. All he knew is that it pissed me off.
I think you should have jumped up and punched him right in the nose.
I wasn't a violent person.
I don't care. You become violent for one day.
And
you'd have you know what? You'd have totally got a pass. That's the best part about it.
Maybe it would have impressed her.
I just snapped.
Maybe it would have impressed her with my manliness there.
Is this whose Twitter you're stalking now?
But my third grade science teacher. I'm not stalking it. I've not followed it. I just know it exists. And I got to say, the profile picture, she's still kind of hot.
You sure it's her?
Oh, yeah, that's her. I recognize that. or
And how
anywhere.
many followers does she have? You said.
771 at the moment. Hey, you know what? Why don't I just send you the link?
Why don't you just do that?
Why don't I just do? And then
You just do that.
but you know,
She gets a tweet. Johnny still loves you.
I can say,
Don't
hey,
you
I got
dare-
this friend.
don't you dare sign up for a Twitter account under the name of Leon.
Oh, don't you tease me. You know I don't have time for that.
I have a feeling that hey, I'm doing your groundwork for you because you just grab that picture and you're
Halfway there.
there we go, Dune. I think I sent it in on the Skype chat.
Oh, and now I got to go back to Skype. Hang on. And where
So-
is the Skype chat? It's that. button
It's right there.
Maureen.
Yes. Yeah. Now we have given out her first name and
Oh,
her
I'm sorry.
former last
I'm
name.
sorry. I did not mean to do that.
So now people need to figure out how many Maureens that used to have the last name Zweibel lived in New Jersey to track down.
Hey now, how old is Maureen?
I don't know.
Is this an old picture?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know, but I'm saying, you know,
Let me look here.
she's kind of hot.
She's a redhead. She's a redhead. Color me shocked. Color me shocked because I know Johnny's not into redheads or anything.
And I was
Whitney's
almost
girl.
and I was almost tempted to use a well-known television phrase.
What's that?
And I can't say because of the last name. You have to think about it a bit.
I don't know.
A cop movie or a cop show.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
I get. You're referencing the current. Yes. Uh-huh.
I like her. I like her a bunch.
You like her a bunch.
Yeah. She's got lots of pictures of Chris Christie on her page.
Oh God.
I don't know if the comments are flattering though.
Don't care.
I think she's used the hashtag. Don't be a hashtag Christie clone. So.
She might mean that in a different way. She might mean that in a. Let's see. She likes otters. She's into Curious George. That's kind of hot.
Yeah. Do we have like a home address or a social security number we can give out here?
She drives a Vespa.
This is not entering the realm of super creepy at all. Discussing the details of the person I am stalking on Twitter.
Let's go to her husband's Twitter page and see if they're having marital problems.
Oh,
Let's check that out.
We've entered a new low here on.
Let's plant a seed. Venison, what's your password?
So Brian, what was your most embarrassing moment in school?
I don't think we're done with this one yet. We're just we are on such a roll.
You know, I thought we were past my most embarrassing moment, but no, I've been living it, and it's still occurring up to this point in time. Thank you, Leon.
I wonder if she would even notice if I followed her.
Oh no!
Well, at least mine wasn't in school.
Hello there.
Oh, I guess I would have to unmute.
I'm not sure what you're trying to accomplish here.
I would try to look up that picture, or is that just strictly on his?
Well, heck, I could. Can you see the chat transcript now, or
Yeah, you just have, all you have to do is just click on the chat. It's in there.
there? I'll send it again.
Okay, let's read. Let's see what she's got. Let's see. She tweeted, "Oh, this is kind of stale. This is 7:28. Oh, it's pinned. Never mind.
Okay.
Looks like a cold snap coming.
Okay. Yeah, so
She's lounging at home 7 hours ago. Where were you?
Yeah, I got it. I guess I agree.
you agree?
Let's see.
Yeah, there we go. Not bad, huh?
And she's
I
a
don't think that's a
grad.
current picture.
And she's
She's
what?
a UConn grad. That's fantastic.
Oh, great. How many more details can we give out? Let's see if we can find any more. Maybe I should just post the link on my Twitter account so everyone can start tweeting at her.
If I tweet to her and then attach you to it.
No, don't do.
Don't do that. Okay,
Don't be a Leon. All of you, don't be a Leon. Okay.
You know what? I won't put your name in there, but I'll put hashtag don't be a Leon. How about that?
So, Johnny, at what point are you going to regret this whole discussion? Rewind 1/2 hour.
Yeah, about a half hour ago is when I started regretting this, I think. Yeah, let's just tell all my close and personal friends the Twitter account of my first crush. What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly.
How could this possibly blow up in my face? Oh, thank you, people. Thank you for, once again, my crushes continue to be my most embarrassing things in the world.
Wow. I don't think I have an in-school embarrassing moment.
No, really?
By comparison, no way.
Well, except for that one word thing.
What was that?
No, I think that was racial profiling against a 5-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. I think I told you that story before. The 5-year-old kindergarten teacher holding up flashcards, and she holds up, a 3 smokestack, aquatic vehicle, and said, "That's not a boat. That's a ship." Teacher said, "What did you say?" I said, "It's a ship." Next thing I know, I'm at the principal's office. And it's like, well, I don't know why I'm here. It's your passport. I said, it was a ship. Next thing I know, I'm home. And that was fun because I told my grandmother. She said, I told her it's just a ship. Because it had 3 smokestacks on it. Wait, you mean a ship? Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what I've been saying.
That's the most fun moment that I ever had because she took me by the arm. We went back to the school. I stood outside the principal's office, and she leaned in on them. She went off on them. And said, he's only 5 freaking years old. Well, he didn't use language, but, he's only 5 years old. You can't figure out he might have a problem with enunciation.
Johnny,
that's not what he said. Oh, man.
She's a beer drinker, Johnny.
Thank you, Dune, for scoping out the non-prospect.
Just letting you know. She digs beer.
Yeah.
I have upped the game. I have now slid onto her Facebook page.
No, I'm not even going that far.
You don't have to. I'm doing it for you. Oh, she's got a picture of herself with a lightsaber. That's hot.
Link?
To the picture?
To the Facebook page and the picture.
Oh, okay.
I want to see this.
Oh, this could be used. Johnny might be using this tonight.
Oh, God.
How do I do this? How do I copy the link on this? No, I don't want to block her.
That would be no fun at all.
No. What could possibly go wrong here? What could go wrong here? All of a sudden, why is some dude named 5-Hit Dune blocking me on Facebook? Let's see who he's friends with. Why does the name Johnny Gator sound vaguely familiar?
Here, I'm just going to do it this way, and that way you can find it. Wow, we are like really just digging the hole deep, aren't we?
I haven't even told you. Now I explained the level of creepiness I went to in 7th grade with Anne-Marie. I haven't mentioned here the level of creepiness I went to with this.
Here, let's
I
think we've got
just search that right there and you'll find it.
Right.
Yeah, that's her name.
All because of some
thank you, Dune.
No, I know, but if you put that into Facebook search, it will come up exactly with her.
So now you know how to spell Zweibel. That's great.
What else is she into here? Huskies. She's got a couple of kids.
Uh-huh.
Small dogs. She's got a grandmother. Okay. She's been to Paris. She's well-rounded.
This is wonderful. This is exactly what I had in mind for today's
She likes
show.
trees.
She likes trees. Yeah.
Likes trees.
Who
That's a
doesn't
good
like
thing.
trees? Who doesn't like trees?
Tree
You know what?
hugger.
There's a picture of her with her husband. They don't look happy at all.
There
you.
you go.
Thank
There
you.
go.
all.
Thank you, Doom, for trying to make me feel a little better about. I don't know. Okay. All
Let's
right.
see.
You're yeah. There's trees. There we go.
Trees.
Castles.
Yeah.
Dogs. Okay. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
This is thrilling radio of us.
This is thrilling. This is
scrolling
absolutely
through
thrilling radio.
a Facebook page.
She's into bicycles.
Bicycles. Who doesn't like bicycles? I have a bicycle. It's up in Maine and been there for over a decade. But yeah, I have.
But you have it.
I yes, I do.
Are you sure?
It's still in
You
the
think
garage
it's still
up there.
going to be available when you go to see it?
Yeah, I could totally grab it down from the garage if I wanted to. I saw it last year.
I'm telling you, multiple pictures with her holding beers.
Okay. All right. How does that help me now, Dune?
Oh, I don't know. It just helps to make the picture. I want to start.
So,
reading.
Dune, I have never heard.
There's a picture of her in a
By the way,
devil
talk about beer for a
costume.
second. Can we talk about beer for a second?
Yes,
'Cause I know
please.
you-
Let's
talk about
change
beer.
the topic to beer.
Anything
I am in
heard-
favor of this.
I heard that restaurants will use a service that will come around, basically after hours, and flush all of the beer tap and the lines, etc. Because if you get any residue of beer there, it just gets really nasty. Is this all true?
Yes, they have to. It will grow yeast in the lines.
Yeah, and you have some experts that go
It's
from
it's
restaurant to
absolutely true.
restaurant.
If places do not do that,
Yeah.
the beer gets very rancid. Yes, when I had my
I had never heard
kegerator,
that before, and I thought,
once a month I used
interesting.
to wash
Yeah.
my kegerator out. There's a special enzyme you have to use to clean it.
Yeah. Oh, you do it once a
Very
month,
true.
though.
I did it every month.
Okay, because apparently some restaurants do this every day.
Well, but keep in mind, mine was never exposed to air like they would be in a restaurant where you're changing kegs
True.
all the time.
True. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
good point made. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that makes
that's what it
sense.
is.
Yeah. Okay.
We're just scrolling away, aren't we, Johnny?
Thank you. Any other discoveries you'd like to share with us, Dune,
It's
about
Pippi
my?
Longstocking's pictures kind of different.
Yes. Okay. Have we thoroughly investigated my first
I
crush
think
enough?
we have. I've actually started to creep myself out. I'm starting to wonder, if for whatever reason, if I was to pass away, and my wife comes and looks at the last search I had, oh great,
She'd wonder why
dude's checking out hot redheaded chicks,
hot redheaded New Jersey teachers.
New Jersey teachers. That would go over like a bombshell, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, there you go. Well, everyone's got their type, and
Honest, it was Johnny. Sure, it was.
you just have a thing for teachers. That's all there is to it.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lose-lose situation for me. Absolutely.
There's a point
Lose-lose.
where the guy that's just a mere participant becomes, part of the whole creepy thing.
Yeah. You took this one step further than me. I did not pull up her Facebook page.
Hey, I was bored. There's nothing going on.
I was
TV
bored. That's why.
there was a commercial.
It was a commercial.
Oh, he says, "Hey, she might be on Skype."
No.
Checking it out as we speak.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I'm not going to tell you that Sir Mars mentioned that we should look, because he would not do such a thing.
Talk about radio history.
Lars. If that is your real name,
That is your real name.
might your name be Leon?
How do you do the search?
How do you search for name on?
Yeah.
Oh God, no! This is not happening.
Search. No, I don't want to search contacts.
No,
Search people. There it is.
search future
People.
contacts is what you're trying to do.
You know what?
Okay.
She probably wouldn't use her middle name on Skype.
That's okay. We don't know her
take-
middle name. We know
take
her
it- oh.
maiden name.
Oh, that's a maiden name.
Maiden name, yes. So let's audience 2 of her 3 names multiple times at this point.
Where is Hillsboro?
Hillsboro, that's my hometown where I grew up.
Not that far from here.
In New Jersey.
Yeah.
There's a button right
Yeah.
in front of me.
No.
There is a. You know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do.
No.
This is what I'm going to. I'm not going. I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to come over here.
I got a button in front of me too, dude.
And I'm going to do this.
Wow, be the first time we have seen Duke get blocked.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen.
Dude, I see a broken Cox in your
There,
future.
there. I have sent you something, a picture in the chat window.
Okay, yeah, you have found. Congratulations.
We have done the Triple Crown now.
Yes.
We have Triple Crowned the creepy factor.
So what is your game plan, Dune?
There's no game plan because
you have a
hashtag
button.
Dune is not Leon.
Because the only thing you have a button to do is to add her as a contact, which makes your name pop up on her screen and her decide does this middle-aged guy in Kansas get to be my friend or not, which would
Right.
leave her wondering why the hell is this guy in Kansas friending
Which is
me?
then lose.
Yeah,
all the way
yeah. This
around.
is lose for you, Dune. So go ahead, Dune, go ahead.
Now, if I signed on now, B account.
Oh no! No!
The whole thing is, I have to say, this is actually, how strange is it you would actually find a person that not only has so much of their Facebook page wide open to the world, but also has a Skype name like that. I mean,
So Brian, what brings you back to the Skype call?
this is somebody not.
Well, you keep posting stuff to the thing.
No. Well, yeah, it's just a picture of her Skype account. That's all. And I don't think he posted that.
No, I sent that to your. I sent that to your other IM.
He sent that directly to my IM.
I didn't think it.
Oh,
She has
okay.
for an
all right.
icon though. It's Mona Lisa, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. She went with the Mona Lisa for that.
It's
So for you
Skype
people out there
crashed on me
searching.
anyway, so
Now you know which one it is.
But she doesn't use Zwiebel in that one, so it's okay.
Yeah, I don't want to waste one of my Twitter follows on her. So
Wow.
she's safe.
Oh, is that the only thing keeping you from following?
yeah, but hasn't Twitter gone unlimited for everybody?
Well, I only have 40. I don't want to go above that. It's too much. I can't handle too much. Too much Twitter is too much for
Too
me.
much Twitter. No. That's where you draw the line.
That's right.
Gators former teachers is where you draw the line
That's right.
at people you follow on Twitter.
I can only follow 2 people: Gators or his teacher. I chose Gators.
Yeah.
There.
Well, that's loyalty. It's loyalty.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's
Thank
all
you.
you can say about it.
Although I will say that she has the better profile picture. It probably sends less tweets that aggravate you.
Probably.
Probably. Like
Probably.
like today, I
Well,
made an
but the
observation.
aggravation is therapeutic, isn't it, Dune?
Really therapy.
It is that I have a MacBook and I have a PC laptop. And
Yeah, hashtag you're doing it wrong.
hashtag it takes me way longer to set up the MacBook, and even then I still don't know how I can get anything done on this thing.
Because I think you're just doing it wrong.
No. You know who's doing it wrong? Apple is doing it wrong.
Oh God.
My PC is so much easier to use and so much more efficient.
Well, and see, the thing is that you got used to all that rebooting and stuff and upgrades and whatever on
The only way to top off this bit
on
is
Microsoft.
the only way to top off this bit is one of you needs to tweet at her Apple or PC. that right there is how we top off this bit.
Okay.
Oh, Mars is saying I should unfollow Venison so I could add her. No, I unfollowed Venison long ago.
Wait,
You don't follow the webpage.
Wait, what? Am I missing a whole middle part here?
No. I got a message from somebody.
Mars, who is listening but is not calling in. Even though he said he would call in.
He'll call in. You know what? There's too many people on Skype. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's what it is.
It's too many people in a room. He starts getting a little edgy.
Yeah, sure. Mars has always shied away from crowds of people.
From crowds.
Oh, yeah, right.
From the crowds. Oh well. You know, I could do an intervention and help you learn the Mac if you'd like. I mean,
I'm working on it. I'm just saying that it's slowing me down. I have a lot of work to get done, and it's like, damn it, I'm still setting this thing up.
what is it? What is it you're setting up on it that takes so long? That's what I'm
It's
curious
just that
about.
I got to basically set up the software that we. All right, so we have a new number 2 starting next week, and he's a Mac guy. So I got to set up the new Mac for this guy. So I got to set one up for myself to go through the process and familiarize myself with it. And the process of setting up a Mac is so much more difficult than the process of setting up a PC. There's so many more things you have to do.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't see that. I mean, I've done both. That's what I don't get.
Well, the thing is that we got the PC thing down to a science where you image it, you join it to the domain, you name it, and you set up a few things in profile. You're done. With the Mac, you got to image it. You don't join it to the domain. You name it. You set up your own user account on there, but you got to give that its own password, and then you got to install all these individual programs. And then configuring Outlook. Well, Outlook won't let you configure it until you download the updates first. But the updates don't want to download right away because for some reason it doesn't want to come over the Wi-Fi. So I got to connect it to the. I got to get the adapter that lets me plug in a wired network connection because they don't actually put one of those on the thing. No, I got to add on adapter for that, and then you connect that in. Then you get your update to go in, and then now it lets you, and that's just to set up email. Yeah, you bark at it. You bark.
I had the same problem with Cody. I still can't get it to do anything because there's so much shit you gotta do.
Cody, you just flash your SD card, throw it in your Pi, and turn it on.
Nope, because there's too many different things wrong. For one thing, the majority of everything that has to deal with Kodi is for for Vista and above. I found an XP, Kodi base where I can set the whole thing up, but any add-ons, what do they call them things again? I don't know what they call them, but config files, everything else. It works in Vista and above.
Venison, I got to tell you something. I got this USB video capture card that only works in XP or below, and so I have a laptop set up with XP on it just so I could use that to just capture and stream stuff easily. Anytime I touch that PC and go into XP, I feel like I've stepped back into the dark ages.
Too bad.
Is it a Hoppy page thing?
It's just like, oh my god, this is so like I kind of remember when I used to use this regularly, way back when I was chasing around science teachers and
things like that.
Things like that. Well, thank you, everyone.
You should check in with the RetroPie people, see if they have an emulator for the old. An old Windows operating system.
Yeah, there you go. That'll be the next thing to come to the RetroPie is the XP emulator.
And then they say, "Is this you again? We banned you before."
Yeah, I'm still blocked from their page. Actually,
yeah. That's forever, I think.
Well, that's until I change until Comcast refreshes their IP addresses, is how long that's for. But
and then some other poor innocent schmo won't be able to get in there.
with a little bit of luck, it'll be someone that doesn't care about RetroPie that ends up with that IP address.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been thinking of trying to reach out to people and say, "Hey, has enough time passed that you can unblock me now?" But I'm still blocked from everyone. The only thing I could do is message someone with a YouTube account that sometimes posts over there, and hi, my name's Make, and could you ask your friends if they'll let Johnny Gators?
God,
back?
you almost maybe you could reset your router or something. And make
No, I tried all that.
it's
Let
too
me tell
bad.
you, Angry Gator's trying to find every way he could to beat these guys at their game. Angry Gators don't give up easy.
It almost be worth calling Comcast. Go, can you refresh my IP, please? 'Cause something this doesn't seem right.
I debated that for a while, but I didn't want to fuck with my. But I did send some harassing email to the provider, the host of their site, questioning how come I can't get through to this site? How come the site's not loading? There's a problem on your end. The site doesn't load for me. To the point where my emails went to a supervisor who came back and told me exactly why I couldn't get to their page and accused me of trying to do social engineering.
Social engineering.
Yes.
That just means you're fucking with them.
Right. Social engineering is, basically fucking with people to try to get information or manipulate things into your favor. He kind of came back, because I was like, well, if you can't make your site work, it's, and he's like, well, hey, we're not the ones that went and called a group of people a bunch of elitist pricks.
There you go.
I kid you not. It's like, okay, you did your homework. Good day, sir.
That's right. I say good day. That's right. Wow.
So I didn't feel like pissing off the people that could make the whole internet disappear on me. I'm smart enough to not shit in my own backyard.
Yeah. Maybe you can cancel your service and then re-up it right again.
Oh yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
What could go wrong there?
Yeah. That's this is the people that couldn't figure out my address, and for a while I had two accounts with them with two different addresses. At this point, I decided the one with the correct address and the wrong spelling of my name was probably the better way to go. Because this way, if I do piss them off,
I'm pretty sure I suggested before of getting a VPN service. Problem solved.
that would mean buying something else.
Yeah, but there are free ones.
Well,
You
that's
just connect to the.
right. Well, I am using a anonymous
You're golden.
browser. I'm using an anonymous browser to get onto their site, but they have.
Well, apparently that's not working.
Well, it's working to
They can
read.
see you. The VPN wouldn't see your IP address.
Oh no! It lets me view the site. The thing is that they have spam protection that doesn't let anything that's anonymous post to their site.
Well, because you're trying to go anonymous, a VPN won't be anonymous.
Yeah,
It'll be just this other entity.
at this point, I can't be bothered because here's the thing I found out. Anytime I post anything on a forum asking a question, I find the answer myself before anyone gives me any useful information. And the same is true with
But
my
that,
radio.
that elitist, that elitist pricks thing still resonates.
But I didn't say that they were elitist assholes. I didn't say they were, fucking morons. I didn't even drop an F-bomb. Elitist pricks. Elitist and prick are both words that I think you could say on the radio.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah.
Connotation is still the same.
Yeah.
I was eloquently telling them that they were being assholes.
Apparently they saw through that. It was
Well,
too transparent.
I wanted them to understand how they were coming off and maybe think, well, gee, maybe we shouldn't come off that way. Instead, they decided to double down.
When you get somebody to infiltrate,
Right. Sure.
and then get on their good side.
Oh, I
and
don't
start saying,
care.
Hey, this
They are-
Johnny guy's figured it out.
No, I don't care. They are of no help to me. They are. I have no more time for elitist pricks because they don't. It pisses me off when you go to a site with a question because you're not sure how to do it, and you ask the question, and instead of just giving you an answer, they give you a list of specifications and requirements to ask a question. And it's like, dude, just answer the fucking question.
Yeah, and I've had trouble with issues with guys that had their their fucking forum rules.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds slightly familiar.
Forum rules are for bullies, okay? You're just trying to be a bully with,
course.
I own this, I can lay down the law, so you're going to ask me the question the way I want you to ask me the question.
Absolutely.
You know what? You can go
But
fuck
if you want to be in
yourself.
the game, you got to play their rules. That's all.
Yeah, I played their rules. Well, no, I played my rules, and that worked out fine for me.
Well, in this case, it didn't.
Hey, I still found a way to get onto their site if I need to download their files or read their comments again. And I'm getting as much useful information out of them as I ever was in the past.
Sure. Well, and you got everything working, so you're golden.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need them.
Yeah.
Although it would be nice if I could figure out a way to clone my 32 gig card to my 64 gig card in a way that I could use all 64 gigs. Because I found a way that I could take an image backup of my 32 gig card and I can restore it to the 64 gig card, but it restores it using a 32-bit partition, and I can't find a way to expand that partition.
So that tool, the thing in the Raspberry config won't work?
I was trying to do this from Windows.
Well, don't use Windows.
Why not? Windows is awesome. It can do everything except this. But it can do it.
But there's a menu option on the Raspberry config just to do it.
Oh, you know what?
Do
I'll have to try that.
Expand the file system. Done.
I will. You know what? We need to do this. I
Plug
need
in
to.
your Pi. Let's do it.
Well, I re-imaged the card a few different ways. I don't have it set to try now, but I will because I bought a 64 gig card because I thought to myself I'd like to start over from scratch because I want to try to on this show kind of do a walk through the process with capturing to kind of so people can follow along and try this in their own home.
Yeah, sure.
We could be like the Bob Ross of Raspberry Pi, and
That's right. Happy.
Ooh, that just
painting.
happened.
Happy,
Right.
Yeah.
And why? Now the thing is I've got the 32 gig card set up the way I like it, and the one starting from scratch I'm probably going to experiment with. And so it's like, no, I want the 32 gig card to be the experiment card, the 64 gig card to be the real one. So I want to transfer over what I have onto that, and then wipe the 32 gig card. But I can't figure that part out. But I did figure out how to properly flash a card.
Well, but that's all easy. Clone it over. You know how to do that.
Yeah.
Using that Win32 disk thing or whatever it's called, disk image.
Right. You use that.
And then you pop in the other card, and you just pop in the brand new virgin image, and then that just overwrites everything, and you start over. Done. I mean, it's so simple. You know how to do it.
There we go. And then I just need to figure out how to expand it.
And you got my email from half a week ago that I got a 32-bit card and did everything, got everything working, boom, boom, boom. Did the USB stick, got in a new game, the whole thing, right?
Right, so you're playing some Super Mario Brothers now.
Yeah. Almost ready to start on another game.
All right, have you beaten Super Mario Brothers yet?
Do you have to?
Ooh, excuse me.
How far did you get,
I thought
though?
the idea. I didn't even get that far. I just played this as this works. I get the sound working. This works. I'm
Now,
golden.
now,
Play it anytime I want.
have you played a lot of
Pop
Super Mario
in the-
Brothers over the years, or are you not that haven't played that much? I mean, you had an Atari, not a Nintendo, but
Well, true, but I have been on some other game consoles that were not mine.
I see.
But yeah. I mean,
But like,
I get the idea of the game.
But I mean, what's your average lifespan in a game of Super Mario Brothers? What world do you typically get to?
I don't really have an average. It's like a golf handicap. I don't have a golf handicap. I've
Okay.
played some.
All right. Well, you get to the end of 1-2, obviously. What do? You're going up the pipe and continuing on to 1-3, or are you heading toward the warp zone?
No, I haven't. I haven't gone past that. No, that's as far as I go.
Wait, you've not gotten past World 1-2?
No, hey,
That's the second level.
Yeah, hey, I'm rocking.
All right, we found your average.
Yeah,
Level
there
1.
You go. See, average level 1. See, there you go. And that's fine. That's
we need-
working, man. It's working.
I think you need to at least clear 2 levels of the game
That's my goal for next week. You gotta have
before we
goals.
talk about other games.
You gotta have goals. Yeah, right.
You need to
Yeah,
earn
right.
those games, Brian.
Yeah. Well, I thought my next step would be to go into something on I think it's the Super NES that this is really emulating the best.
I think you need to master the art of having 2 buttons under your thumb before we work our way up to 4.
That's probably a good point.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of buttons to put under your thumb all of a sudden. Are you sure you're ready to handle the responsibility of 4 buttons under one thumb?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Anyway, I think we have officially reached the tech portion of the show here. So we may as well just not go to break and pull out the techno music.
I'm going to go ahead and go out here and listen. And,
now that we're done with Let's Embarrass Gators, Dune's right out of here.
We're done creeping now.
Thank you.
And
I have
Jonathan is so relieved we finally
successfully
moved on.
covered all my tracks.
And Dune, be sure to follow up next week with what responses you get from your creepy messages you sent out to her.
No, that I'm not going to do.
Thank you.
Don't be Leon.
Don't be Leon.
That's right. Take care.
All right, bye.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in.
So remember, don't be Leon.
Don't be Leon.
You know what? We're going to start that trend on Twitter right now. Except that Twitter's not loading.
Uh-oh. Is Twitter down?
Yeah, the page I get is something is technically wrong. Thanks for noticing. We're going to fix it up and have things back to normal soon. I think the thing that's wrong is like some dude was like creeping on this teacher in New Jersey that complained, and they have brought the whole site
Right.
down. Oh, there we go. It's back up.
Oh, did you hear about the rumor that that Twitter was going to be closed down?
Yeah, I heard that. Well, I by the time I heard about it, it was, hey, just so you know, there's no truth to the rumor that.
I was probably into it 8 hours later, but it was hilarious. You know, who starts those things, and look at all the people that was believing it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you know, quadruple that number of people that says no.
Of course, you know, it's always fun when you get the email about the like fake virus warning, and you send the reply back with the link to the Snopes article, how that's bullshit, and then you get the reply email to the whole chain, like, don't worry, my nephew told me that it's not true, so you don't have to worry.
Right.
Right.
Oh, did you hear that they caught the Nigerian prince?
Was he in a can?
No, the Nigerian prince.
Oh, different.
You know, the guy that sends out the email that, hey, help me out here.
Wait,
all I need is $20,000.
There was actually a prince?
Well,
There are a few of them.
that's how he goes by.
So they caught one of the princes. So there's only like
They caught one of the guys. Yeah.
so there's only like
there's been a lot of people in this-
5,372 other ones out there
Sure,
still
right.
at large.
And that's just in Nigeria. Right? That's just in Nigeria.
Right.
So, yeah.
Man,
But
Twitter
they caught
is
a guy.
really fucking up. They caught a Nigerian
Twitter's running
prince.
fine. Yeah.
No, mine, I have to reload a few times, and it keeps on failing and malfunctioning on me.
Oh, dude, you know, you want to talk about those people. So, according to What the Fuck Facts, you know, that little site, that one of those guys was definitely a Nigerian university graduate. They went and said that this guy went there and did a fake scam like that. A fake scam where he somehow or another sold an airport for $235 million, and they didn't catch it till 8 years later. I don't know how he did it, but they said he did it.
He sold an airport,
Yep,
and then
sold it
so,
for $235 million.
so what, the person who bought it just thought he owned it and never did anything with it?
I had no idea. It didn't give details. It just said that's what he did.
All right. Well, anyways, we're on the tech hour, though. I do. So Brian,
That's
you're
success.
that is pretty awesome that you did that. Someone did that. So Brian, your update is that you still need to clear another board of Mario. Anything else going on with the tech projects and the pies and the boards and the?
I still want to get Cody running.
Upgrade to
Cody?
update to Windows 7.
I can't.
Yeah, you can. I'll send you.
I don't have no disk space.
I might have a spare 500 gig laptop drive I can send your way.
Oh, hey, that might work in this one. Yeah. No, they sent out. Like I said, they got an XP version of XMPC/Kodi. It works, but you can't install anything in it. I mean, there should be some add-on. The old add-ons should still be out there somewhere. But one place where they supposedly were, they're gone. 404s.
What about the Wayback Machine?
Well, there's got to be one out there somewhere.
No, literally, the Wayback Machine, archive.org, where you can go check the history of a site, and sometimes downloads don't work on it, but sometimes they do.
I don't even know what year that XP became non-essential.
I think that happened in the 90s.
I mean, yeah, right.
Won't like Wikipedia give you some hint on the history?
Well, I don't think there's a cutoff date. But and the Wayback Machine, you just kind of, you check a date. If it doesn't have it, you go back to an earlier date.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was like,
Punch and Judy.
I don't even know how long Cody's
That's
even
her
been
name,
around.
Judy. Yeah. So, anyways, so what's next in the tech world? So you made how's your oscilloscope project coming along?
That's working. I haven't really done anything yet with
Okay.
it, but I got it working, and I did some basic tests.
Yeah.
So it's want to do some more calibration checking on it, and make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do.
That's cool. Well, my U-Force came in. I haven't had much time to do anything with it. I don't know. Did I have my U-Force last week? Did I talk about that at all last week?
No, you had sent me an email that talked about it, but
Yeah.
we didn't talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
You showed the glove last show.
Right. The glove, which the real problem with motion sensing technology from the NES era, which I think both of those came out in '89 and were gone by '90, is the centering is lacking. I mean, if you notice, my problem with the glove is that I keep on trying to overcorrect, and I can't get Mario to stay still. I can't get a good solid center, and the same is true of the U-Force. But once again, the glove works okay with Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, but it's not that great, and I had difficulty. I couldn't even beat the first guy with the glove. If I practice a bit, I might be able to. But the thing that makes the glove not that realistic in playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is that you only have one glove on one hand, so all of your punches, left and right punches, have to be done using your right hand. You're just punching towards the left side or towards the right side. The U-Force...
The fuck?
The U-Force you don't wear as a glove, so you have this little space in front of you that you put your hands in to manipulate your controls. But the U-Force is such that with Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, it's a different sensor for a left punch or a right punch, and a different sensor for top and bottom. So you actually can play Mike Tyson punching with both your hands to control your punches.
What the fuck is going on over there? Who the hell's got Darth Vader, visiting?
Darth Vader visiting?
Yeah, I'm just trying to read. It's like, what the fuck is that?
I think that would be Brian's breathing.
Damn, Brian.
I don't hear anything. Was I breathing, or is that my air conditioning system?
That could be my fan.
Yeah, this is what this was Darth Vader breathing.
I don't hear it.
There it was.
I'm just fucking with you. So, anyways, yeah. The U-Force is not a bad control for Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Not great for anything else, though. Although I do need to do some more experimenting and playing. So I smell a future, like, Friday night or Saturday night show, but not this weekend because I'll be in Jersey. Stalking former... I'm visiting family.
Are you going to be back for next week's show?
Yeah. I gotta work next Monday, so I'll be driving back Sunday, and there's a show next week. But in 2 weeks from now, we might be doing a little simulcasting.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So we might you might have your choice of which NHB stream to listen to, because and you know what? Check out NHB show this Wednesday because I might be calling and we might be talking about that, but. I've been talking to Damon and Liam, and they've just agreed to give me a little trial run on their stream. And I figure, we got people listening here, we got people listening there. There's clearly an audience over there that is not exactly the same as the audience here. We may as well, try to expand our listening audience. And remember, we're still trying to figure out what exactly we want to do with this show. And fine-tune it. And so I'd like to invite everyone to continue to go to nhbradio.com/TAH and vote on the poll. We have been getting votes on the poll. And once again, I appreciate all you people voting, especially the 3 people that voted, I don't care, I don't listen to Gators anyway. Thank you to you 3 out there that are not listening right now, of course. You pretty much told me that.
It's a lot like a review.
Yeah.
The guy, and he hates the product, product review or restaurant, whatever. I hate this thing. I don't even want to give 1 star.
Right.
Okay? But really, if you really think about it, if you gave 1 star, that star is for the reviewer, not for the product or the restaurant or whatever, because you took the time to write the review, so the star is for you. Right?
Hey, I never thought of it like that.
Yeah. Tell people, hey, man, the star is for you. Because, the guy might love the place. If he doesn't do the review, then nobody knows and nobody cares. So take 1 star as being for you.
Well, you know what? I expected to get some votes for the I don't care, I never listen to Gators anyway option. And the thing is that's fine. There's a reason I put that there. I put that there because if you don't listen to my show and you don't like my show, then it really doesn't matter. Any vote that you have towards any kind of a change is fucking with the numbers because you're not going to listen anyways. So
right,
don't mess with the poll. It's
better to give that option.
Right, you're not a part of.
Rather than have them say, let's talk about fucking donkeys. Whatever.
Fucking donkings? What? Huh?
Let's talk about fucking donkeys.
Yeah.
I can't even say talk right. So.
You know what? If I just
if that was an option, then
Brian,
you're picking that.
Brian, if you're gonna do that, then
don't forget your penis cream.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. You don't want to forget that.
Don't forget that at all.
No, that I had to add that sound effect to the board when we were talking about how Dune went to do the 5-hit with Dune show on Saturday night, and just as he's getting ready to connect, his cocks broke, and but it healed overnight, and so I want to make sure that when we were doing the Dune and Bob show yesterday, that I reminded him.
Don't forget your penis cream.
For the healing cocks, internet service. So right.
Okay.
Because.
So have you thought more about getting a laugh track, by the way? That's the boo track.
I think we have all the track we need. You know what? Let me see what options we have. Let's. Hey, studio audience. No. Are you sure? Maybe. Come on. Just bear with me. No. Could you try to laugh just a little? No. Come on. Just humor me. Just humor me this once. Yes. All right. There we go. We cleared it with them. They're going to try out a few different laughing options here. So let me think about this. No, I don't want to. That's the porn folder. No, that's not the sound effect folder either. Here's the. Here's the. No, that's not the. That's
Yeah.
That's more porn. Here we go. Sound effects and production.
I wish I could play my folders through here.
All right, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for audience, or am I looking for crowd? Let's see, crowd. No, that's comedy computer. Here we go, crowd. All right, so we got applauses, we got boos, we got chant. No, that's not. That's all right.
Yeah, I got a few that'll work for you.
Okay, that's the one.
That's the one.
That sounds about the right size of the rest of our audience. All right. We're gonna map a button for that then. So there we go. We now have a laughing audience. We have moved up in the world.
That's right. Because we're going to be telling jokes.
Or embarrassing situations.
Yeah, that would have really helped out with the story about Leon telling Mrs. Weibel how I was so in love with her, because that is literally what it it was a bunch of kids laughing.
And then Gator stood up and farted accidentally.
Thank you, everyone. Oh, that's so nice of you.
And he's never been the same ever since.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Leon tells her, and everyone in the room just goes. Yeah. It was like that. I should have known better than to look up that Twitter account. Anyways, so I'd like to thank all the people that voted, and continue voting on the poll if you haven't already. And because we might do a little bit of now. If you vote, you can see the results, and it seems like a lot of people really like what we're doing, and are basically saying, just kind of keep the current format. But second place is adding video capture and adding a little more tech and gaming. And so I think we can experiment with that and still keep the spirit of what we're doing now. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. We might something to consider. So I may try actually capturing a pie while doing some tweaking with it in future shows. At least it gives me some kind of a diversion if Dune calls in and starts talking about, hey, guess what? It turns out Anne Marie's on Twitter as well. We're totally going to tweet her now. That you want a picture of her science fair project. Yeah, hey, we'll hook you up. I'm sure she's got a picture of her science fair project somewhere at her.
There it is again.
So just to try the laugh track out, let's tell a couple of jokes, okay?
Okay. We can do this.
You know why you never see elephants hiding in a tree?
Why?
Because they're really good at it. That was funny. Yeah, that was funny. The website said you'd be laughing at this one, these jokes every time. Here's the second one.
Oh boy, another joke.
What is red and smells like blue paint?
Venison?
That was a good one.
No, but that was funny too.
Okay.
It's old too, yeah.
Red
Yeah,
paint.
hi.
Red
Oh,
paint.
red.
Oh,
because all paint smells
now
alike.
it shows up.
Red smells like blue paint. Red paint. That's. Wow, we are channeling Forge now. But hello, Mars.
Hey, I'm calling to say hi, and I think my Echo has better jokes than that. Just to say,
Just to say, well, let's ask your Echo a joke right now, just to see how it does.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
What's the difference between a cat and a comma? A cat has claws at the end of its paws, and a comma is a pause at the end of a clause.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
See?
Speaking of Alexa, is there anything on your shopping list?
No, it is empty.
What about your to-do list?
It is empty too because I had to delete it for some reason on Sunday afternoon when I came home.
Oh, really? What now?
Yeah.
Now, what did you leave on there that you had to delete?
I don't even remember. It was called the show or something on Monday.
Oh, yeah. It was. No, you don't want to delete
There
that.
you
You know, we were trying to help you out. And what was on your shopping list?
Yeah.
I think it was listen to the 5 hit with Dune on Saturday between I can't remember.
11 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I also added instant coffee to your shopping list.
Oh yeah, that
There you go.
There we go.
Yes, that's the
was
one.
Gators.
Hi, Mars.
Never
How
said-
are you?
Hello. Never say the F word again, Gators. That's not right.
What do you mean? I say,
Don't say Folgers again.
but that's what my stepmother bought for me. Because
There's also the S word, which is Sanka. Don't say that one either.
no,
Oh, wait
no.
a minute. There was a stepmother who bought that for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
evil
That
stepmother.
explains everything.
No,
Yes.
because she noticed
Yeah.
that she noticed I didn't like the Maxwell House that they normally brew, so she bought a canister of Folgers.
Oh, that's horrible.
She must really hate you.
She was trying. She's very nice, and she was.
I would have said, why did you give me something to plant a garden in?
It was. Well, to be fair, she likes this like weak breakfast blend of Maxwell House, and she bought this like dark silk Folgers. So she was, trying to be nice by buying a darker blend of coffee.
Trying to be nice.
Yeah,
I understand.
it was a thought that counts.
You know what? That's when you bring a decanter of ground coffee from home and say, "Hey, look, I bought coffee. It came in this nice container and I brought it in."
Yeah, well,
So-
I last visit to the shore, I brought my own coffee. I brought my grinder and a bag of beans, and and that's when it was like, but she liked really weak coffee. It's too strong. If anything, that's more than.
Well, you know what? You give
Right.
her a cup, pour a quarter of it with coffee, and fill the rest of it full of water.
Oh, I actually did buy a bag of breakfast blend beans. That was kind of a light type of bean, and ground that and brewed some of that. That was still too strong. So
Yeah.
No, I want coffee.
No coffee for you, Venison.
I
It's too
can't
late.
yet, because when I
It's too
turn the
late.
microwave on, it'll kill the
Oh,
signal.
by the way, Mars, that was so nice of you to suggest to Dune that he look up the Skype account. That was.
Yeah.
thank you for-
I just thought
Good one.
he might.
I mean,
want to
it made
look
the
up
show,
Skype.
Mars.
Yeah.
You saved the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
You made it. You made it hilarious.
thank you for doing your part to contribute to my public
I'm
humiliation.
always happy to help.
So, Mars, I got a koala joke for you. You'll appreciate.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, koala joke.
Why aren't koalas actual bears? We all know that koalas are not bears.
Yeah.
The
no, they're not.
question is why?
Why are they
Because
not
they don't
actual
meet the
bears?
qualifications.
Oh,
They don't meet the what?
qualifications.
Oh, koala.
That's as bad.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
We have a
All right,
sound effect for that.
I got a better one for you if you want to go that route. A man walks into a library and says, "I understand you have a new book on small cocks." The librarian replies, "I'm afraid it isn't in yet."
Oh.
Come on, that was good.
That was something.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is wonderful. A friend of mine is now writing over to me. I will send you cases of Folgers.
Oh.
Way to go!
But
You got friends.
Yeah. You try that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Question is, why does he have cases of Folgers?
That's horrible.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This friend's been listening to this whole show probably.
Yay!
And with Samara's, giving that suggestion for looking up a Skype number, who knew there was some creepiness in you?
No, that's just that's standard creeping venison. Standard.
Exceptional creeping.
Venison.
Never knew we had it in you.
Venison. We learned it by watching you, okay? We learned it by watching you.
Yeah, that's true.
Goodness.
That line always makes me think of Gothard, because
We'll get your diploma soon.
Because there were some occasions where me and Gothard hanging out with his parents, and the pipes going around the room, and there's no better moment to turn to his dad while the pipe is being handed to him and go, "I learned it from watching you, Dad." We all have a nice laugh. Good times. But anyways, so I have found someone that can repair my radio.
What kind of radio?
Well, it gets an AM, and it's got a turntable, and I think at some point in the late 40s, the tubes were changed on it. That was... Now, when my great-grandparents passed away, the house had to be cleared out. That tends to be how it works. And so there was a day that we all got to go and kind of pick something out, or some things out that we might want to, kind of keep as mementos, or just, and so my great grandparents had this huge console record player that was in the dining room. I mean, this thing was big. A unit, and it was the type of thing that could play LPs, N78s, and I noticed it wasn't there anymore. And so I asked my grandmother, "Where's the record player?" Now, she didn't, and she just said, "It's in the attic." And I was thinking to myself, how in the heck did they get that huge thing up in the attic? But she didn't know that I was asking about the record player that was in the dining room the whole time. She was talking about another record player that I didn't even know existed that was up in the attic. So I go up in the attic, and I find this big, beautiful AM turntable contraption with records in it. And I'm like, "Dad, can I keep it?" And he's like, "All right, I'll help you get it down the stairs." And we brought it home. The thing is it spent, this was in the 90s. It probably went up in the attic at some point in the 60s. So this thing, had spent some decades in an unair-conditioned house up in an attic.
So there's been some warping.
In New Jersey. So, no, it was basically, first of all, anything like this has got old paper capacitors in it that are way past the life expectancy of them. And the insulation on the wires is rotted. The power cord had frayed bare wires coming out of what used to have insulation wrapped around it. So the first thing that happened was, well, that power cord is getting cut right off of this thing, because there's no way in hell we're taking any chance of that thing ever getting plugged into a plug outlet. Not that I was dumb enough to do that, but my dad didn't want to take any chances of somehow accidentally, I grabbed the wrong cord and plugged that in. No, that's not happening. That's a fire hazard right there.
Because there might be some idiot in the family that would actually see this cord and plug it in, not thinking,
keep in mind,
the sucker's really frayed.
Well, here's the thing. I kept this on my, bureau next to my stereo. Yeah, it was ornamental in my room. And, it is possible to reach behind there and try to grab a plug to plug something in and maybe grab the wrong plug and, without even realizing it, boom. Because, the plug itself was solid and cable near the plug was solid, but in the middle was all rotted and frayed exposed wires. So that's a hazard. You just don't want to take a chance of that meeting power. But anyways, my dad was a practical, logical person, and like 99% of humanity, they would see this thing and say, well, the only thing that's good for is ornamental value if you want something that looks like that. And so as far as my dad was concerned, that thing's never going to work again. As far as I was concerned, I'm going to find a way to make this damn thing work again someday. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but I will find a way. And, now that I'm of an age where, I am generating income, I have found a way. You pay someone else to do it.
Now, are there schematics available?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because some of the old units would have schematics with them. That was cool.
Yeah, this one doesn't, but there are schematics online. It's an RCA, so it's a common model.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
It's a brand that people are familiar with, so there are schematics for anything RCA on there, and even if they're not, there are people that do these things. So I took some pictures of it, and I went to an online forum, and I posted the pictures. Anyone out there can repair this? And I got no response. That was 2 years ago. So, but the thing is I kind of was like, well, I better find someone that can do this soon, because I have a feeling that the people that are left around that can do this are dying off, and there's not exactly a whole large amount of a new generation of people stepping up that work on these things. The interest in this era of radio is dying and dwindling. These things are going down in value. I'm probably going to put more money into this thing than I could ever sell it for. But that's okay. So I did a little looking, and I found out that there is a New England group of radio collectors. And through their website, I found links of the other people that sell radios and restore radios. And I found a guy in Massachusetts. He's up northern Massachusetts, about an hour away from me, but that's doable. And so I shot him an email yesterday and said, hey, could you restore, this radio turntable unit I have? Attach her some pictures if you're interested. Let me know. We spoke on the phone today, and he's like, yeah, let me know when you got it up here from New Jersey. Give me a call, and we'll arrange, and we're looking in the range of, he could do it for under $500, so that's cool.
Oh. Ouch.
Hey, it's not like it's going to be $1,000, but his number
is twice the price.
Yeah, his number came in at under $500.
There you go. So $498.
Yeah, well, so we're looking in the range of like $300 to $450 or something like that.
That's not bad.
But mind you, that's a general estimate based on pictures.
And that's assuming all the tubes are good and everything else, right?
Well, I think he's assuming tubes might have to be replaced, and I think some of the tubes look good. I don't know. I don't know. I asked for kind of a ballpark range, because I understood this was a range that depends on many factors.
Tubes are still available.
Right.
If it's a common tube, that should not be an issue.
Yeah.
Capacitors, that should not be an issue. Most of it, it's just that it's going to be mostly intensive labor. Particularly, even if he has a schematic, he'll be able to do it.
It's labor, replacing wires, fixing wires, changing capacitors. Also, the turntable is an added complication because that's got to be all cleaned up. Now,
is there a circuit board, or is this point-to-point wiring?
Oh, this is old. There's probably no circuit board in that, right?
Well, here, I'll bring up the pictures.
There's probably no circuit board in. I mean, there might be something, but it's not going to be very much.
Oh, there's no, there's not a circuit board. No, I don't know if I'd call it. But actually, you know what? I don't know how to describe it.
You said it was from like the 40s or 50s, right?
Oh, this is from the 40s. Yeah, this model is from the 40s.
Yeah, so it's probably point-to-point wiring, but picture would be cool.
Yeah, I'll bring them up. I just need to find them. I got it. Oh, this is going backwards. So let's go. Let's see. October of 2014 is when I went to take a series of pictures of this thing. So here we go. I'm going to bring that up, and I'm going to screen share that. So all of you watching the YouTube stream can follow along at home. And we'll make sure we close Miss Weibel's Twitter account. We don't want...
Yeah.
All right, there we go. So that's the unit, as you can see. It's got some dinging and scratching and scuffed up a little bit. Is that
sitting on a toilet?
No, it's sitting on a Rubbermaid bin.
Oh, okay.
You see, this is this is the basement of my dad's office,
That would have been ghetto if it was
where there's a lot of
Twilight.
my stuff is in storage there. All right, so here we go. No, that's. Oh, I went the wrong direction. That's a picture of something called the iHome wireless Bluetooth speaker. I took that picture for Dune. Here we go. We want to go.
I have an iHome. The thing it smells like mint because it falls into the sink all the time as I brush my teeth.
That
but-
was that picture was the Walmart across the street from my dad's office. So there you go. You open up the lid. There's a turntable in there. It's you could stack the records on there. You change the positions of those of the things, and you could stack 12-inch or 10-inch. It's going to need a new cartridge, likely. It's going to need a new rebuilt rubber idler wheel. Which is all things he's prepared to take care of and fix up. Here it is further back with the lid open. A nice close-up of a little inscription under the lid there, Radiola Electrola. And here it is taken out. You can see it's got a speaker and the radio dial there, a little light bulb that will make it light up when it turns on. Here's a side shot. You can see one of the tubes there. There's the other side. And here it is from behind. You get the idea that, it's got 5 tubes in there. Here's kind of a top shot down on the tubes. And now here we go underneath, and that's the electronic.
Tune that in. That's kind of hard to see. But...
Well, here's I take some closer pictures too.
Oh, okay.
But this is basically
that does it. Yeah. Yeah. So it's all point-to-point wire. You probably have a board that just kind of holds them rather than bringing in circuits.
Right. It's not there's no printed circuit board at this stage of the game.
Right.
But as you can see, actually, but you can see here in this picture how we got some bare wires showing here where the insulation is kind of cracked off because it's kind of like melted and rotted from being up in that attic for all those years.
So you would replace the wires. That'll be cheap. You replace the the various circuit components.
Right.
Almost better it'd be to kind of get the whole thing laid out externally, and then just drop it. Cut out the old and pop in the new.
Yeah.
Now what the hell is that thing?
That's the underside of the turntable.
Oh, turntable.
So that's basically your record changer mechanism.
Okay.
The gear
so you're going to have them restore the turntable as well.
Oh yeah. Well, I have a device that can tune in AM radio and play 78s. Which feature there do you think I'm going to utilize more frequently?
You want the AM radio more than anything, I can tell.
Oh yeah, because there is so much exciting things happening in the AM dial these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose
you can listen to the Boston Red Sox on the radio. I know how much you want to do that.
Yeah, if the Yankees are playing them, maybe.
Shh! Don't tell anybody at work that.
Hey.
You will get shanked.
But on AM radio, you could get the New York station and listen to the New York games.
Oh, that's a picture of the case that the Quad Masters of Steely Dan Can't Buy a Thrill came in. Never mind that picture.
That just happened to be in there. I see.
That just
happened to be in there.
That happened to be the next picture after that I took after taking the pictures of. Oh! Here we go. What else is in my picture roll? Let's see. There's my
Science Fair project.
There's my Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh.
Because I tweeted my Thanksgiving dinner one year.
Yes.
But by the way, I went back for seconds.
Gators, I thought you would like to know what I got at Walgreens a week ago.
Yeah.
I got a Crystal Pepsi.
You got a Crystal? Oh, I'm still looking for those.
Yeah, look at Walgreens. Walgreens has them.
Oh, well, you know what? Maybe we don't want to show that picture.
Oops.
That's two. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, but that's not
go to Walgreens.
a current address for you anymore.
Not for me. but that's still a building where there's corrugating happening.
Yeah, but I mean, we've said the name Tharco, so people could look that up and go, "Oh, that must be in Denver."
out there in Denver. Yeah. Just ask for Katie.
Yeah.
I thought he put another rampaging rabbit.
Well, don't be a Leon. Don't call
Is Katie still with them?
Well, she was a controller last I worked there. And she'd been there for quite some time. I don't imagine she
Yeah.
would be. She had worked her way. I mean, that was a promotion. She's a controller at the Denver Tharco now. So as far as I know, I don't see any reason why she wouldn't still be there.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But what I'm saying is, don't be a
I've
Leon.
lost track. Yeah.
Don't be a Leon. Don't call Tharco Denver, ask for Katie, and go, Gators hates you. Don't do that.
Okay, I will.
Right.
Except I'm not going to call Denver. I know which one to call, though.
Well, no, Katie's at Denver. Yeah. Call the San Lorenzo one. Please.
Yeah, I will.
Please do.
Well. I know who to call there. Never mind. She called your show once, Gators. It's okay.
No, that was not the real Mai Fong that called in.
What? It wasn't.
Mai Fong has never referred to me as Johnny the Gators. Never.
What? I will say Johnny
Never.
the Gator says hi.
She would.
And he would like a double with cheese with French fries Anima style. ASAP.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah. For some reason, the Toner people thought my last name was Kataris. Kataris. So I took
Ooh, is that Japanese? Taurus?
Kataris. I don't know what Kataris is. I don't even think that's a real last name.
Venison, wake up.
Or object.
Venison, old man.
I-
Old man,
That
wake
wasn't
up.
me. That was
you,
him.
old man.
No,
What are
it
you, old
wasn't.
man?
No,
What
it
are you doing?
wasn't.
Uh-huh.
Darth Vader hacked into Skype.
What would you? Oh, by the way, I did see 35,000 people on Saturday.
Oh.
I figured you'd enjoy that.
35,000 people.
Yes, 35,000 people at the Oakland Coliseum for the Star Wars fireworks night.
Oh wow.
That was pretty good.
Now
It was
there's
pretty good.
there's my
Oh,
Christmas
that's cool.
dinner.
I didn't hear about that. That's
Yes,
fantastic.
and the scary thing is that's the same day that
Oh.
the guy who played R2D2 died.
I had heard about the death. I didn't
Yes.
realize that there was that.
Well, no, the
interesting
Star Wars
coincidence.
the Star Wars fireworks had been planned for quite a while. So
Yeah.
yeah, but they packed the stadium. Oh my God, there wasn't a seat. It was standing room for them. So
Yeah.
and there were miniature stormtroopers. They're like little 8-9-year-old kids and stormtroopers on the field. It was pretty cool.
Hey, now Brian, what do you think of this picture?
Wow.
What is this a great picture or what?
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Now go ahead, Brian. Describe what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a
Ross,
TV screen,
Yes.
a blue star image. Is that like a starship or something?
Yeah. And what is holding up the TV?
Oh God, don't
Another
tell me it's
TV.
another television.
Yeah, that's cool.
The console TV is the TV table.
I was about to say
Yeah.
it better not be a ghetto console TV that you put the other TV
That's
on top
exactly.
of.
Yeah. Guess
That's
what?
something like Venison would have, isn't it?
Actually, this picture was taken.
I do have that.
That is what you are
Thank
looking
you
at
very
right
much.
now.
Oh, Venison,
This-
you ghetto.
This is a picture I took when visiting Venison.
Yeah, but we're not ghetto.
And there's Venison holding up a Kimba DVD.
Oh, I approve of that one.
See, he's all proud of his Kimba DVD.
By the way,
Yeah, because I
Venison,
like him.
Venison.
See,
watch,
this
watch
is
the Lion Guard, Venison. It is a complete ripoff of Kimba the White Lion. It's hilarious.
Which one?
It's called the Lion Guard. It's the new Lion King TV series. It's called the Lion Guard. Just look online, look on YouTube for it. It's like so much stuff that would happen in Kimba.
Oh God.
and,
Yeah, no, it's really good though.
and-
Trust me, it's pretty good.
and
It's
Venison
okay,
and
I
I.
can't believe all the different versions that are out there.
Oh, sorry. We hijacked the Gator show. What
Yeah,
did you say?
but we went out for some pizza. And Venison, what was your beverage of choice when we went out for that pizza?
Well, there was the only thing there that I could tolerate.
Yeah. The only thing there you can tolerate.
The only
Venison.
thing Venison drinks.
Yes.
No, I drink others.
Yeah.
They didn't have any Mountain Dew.
So he got himself a big old bottle of grape soda.
No, you were looking for fruit punch, weren't you?
And, that's a really nice poster, Venison, but how's it sticking to the wall without any tape?
Just think the wall adds to the black light effect, right?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I would never put a black light on in any of the rooms in this house.
Afraid of what you would see or
You're
not
afraid
see?
of what you're gonna find.
Both. And yes, Venison's got a large assortment of VHS tapes to check out the stack.
Only about 4,000.
I throw all mine away, Venison.
It's impressive how tall he can stack them without tipping them over.
Oh. He's playing Jenga with VHS.
Mars!
I was thinking of
Dude!
Jenga.
What's up?
What's up, dude?
Oh, this is at Damon's place.
It's
How
such
you
a
doing,
rarity
dude?
I ever get to talk to him.
I know.
He IMs me once in a while, but
I do on Saturday nights.
except for this one,
I try. I
when I
wasn't
had
home.
my
I was at
Cox
Oakland.
issue.
You had a. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. He had an issue, so we had to remind him.
Don't forget your penis cream.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Now, have you ever listened to the old Saturday Night Live commercial, Steve Martin's penis cream commercial?
Now, that I'm not familiar with.
Yes, you should.
Neither
look that
am
up.
I.
You should look that up later.
It'd be coming to a jingle palette near you.
Yeah,
Yes.
we may have to enhance the jingle palette further.
Yes, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good skit. Yeah, dude. I'm sorry to hear about your Cox. I was at watching a baseball game with lots of Star Wars people.
Well, it's better now.
I know.
So,
That's good to
so
hear.
Don't forget your
next
penis
week,
cream.
Next week, what's the theme next week?
Southern Fried Cox.
Southern Fried Cox.
Don't forget your penis cream.
That's wow.
Southern Fried Cox.
Well, I didn't know how else to put it.
I don't think we need to go any
Southern
further
Rock.
on that one.
Southern
Southern
Rock.
Rock. Oh, that's a good Southern Rock. It's a pretty good Southern Rock. That'll be a good show, dude.
Well, anyways, on that note, as much as I'd love to continue the most
Yes.
humiliating episode of the show,
Yes.
it's time to put another fun-filled edition of
Insert title here.
to bed. So thank you, everyone, for listening, and thank you for all the Folgers coffee you're all sending my way, apparently. With the
How
flavor,
many
Chris.
cases you figure you got coming? Many cases.
You know what? I'm going to count those cases. That's all
Well,
I'm
the
saying.
one thing I learned for sure is that Jonathan likes Folgers coffee.
Sure. Yeah. That is what you walked away with from the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm walking away with.
That is, of all the things to learn this show, I'm kind of relieved. That's what you learned.
As opposed to your third grade science teacher.
That
Wow, there's so many.
Yeah.
anyone
Trying to-
dares tweet her, I will hunt you down.
Ultra Ego and Yiffer one. They're on the Twitters. Especially Yiffer, man. If she sees Yiffer's picture, it's gonna be awesome.
No. Yiffer will not be tweeting it. Do not.
It is interesting how the conversation started with the obsession you had with this girl
Right. Well, it was.
into the obsession you had with this teacher. I find that interesting.
Can I
happened
give
to
this
that girl?
Can I give this Twitter account to Neo?
What happened? Well, we already established what happened to that girl. She sicked her mother on me.
Right, that's true.
And
Wait,
for that
What
point,
kind of way?
yeah. And well, actually, here's what happened to that girl. So I was in 7th grade. She was in 8th grade. She graduates 8th grade, goes to high school. I go into 8th grade, and I find another girl to harass, and that doesn't work out. And I go to high school, and I
You
joined the
picked
marching.
one whose mother wasn't a teacher.
Right? Yeah, I found someone whose
Right.
mother wasn't a teacher, and she was also not into me. Her name was Robin. She doesn't have a Twitter account that I know of. But
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
I just realized, why does your ending song sound like porn music?
Because it's soothing and relaxing.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You need a Barry White
It doesn't
Your
have
kind of
enough.
voice to
It's a
kinda go,
little.
oh yeah.
It's
It
like
needs some Waka Chickas in it. That'd be
yeah,
more
it's like a porn groove without the funk.
Johnny, I do have one question.
Okay.
Did you right-click Save As on anything in the last 10 minutes or so?
No. Why?
Okay, just check.
No, he right clicked and said add to what? Add to contact.
No. You mean the Skype contact? No.
No. The picture. Right-click Save As.
You want the lightsaber? There you go.
No. They'll be up there for me to peruse later. I mean, no. Why would I do that?
Oh God.
Anyways, since I joined the marching band, this one time at band camp, before freshman year started, I made a interesting discovery that Anne Marie had gone on to join the color guard for the marching band, and
So your interest in music just blossomed at the same time.
my interest in waving flags blossomed at summer camp there, and I was like,
Right.
she's the whole Robin thing didn't work out, and
I like the way you call it a flag.
and here's Anne Marie, and she's still very attractive. I'm still into this chick, and so I thought that was years ago. She's probably forgotten about the whole science fair thing by now, or the whole trying to hold the door open for her to the point of her sicking her mother on me. Maybe I'll ask her to dance and see if this will work out. And but the problem is that when the dance came around, my legs stopped working. You kind of sitting there looking at her over the other side of the dance floor, and the legs just suddenly forgot how to work. You ever experience that?
Oh yeah, exactly.
So I did the only thing. I did the only thing.
Crawled.
So I did the
crawled across the room.
No, crawling wasn't even an option. I did the only thing I could do. I turned to my friend sitting next to me, who I had known since I was a baby, and I said, "Hey, Sebastian, could you go ask that girl to dance with me?"
Oh, they got married, didn't they? That's
No,
hilarious.
no, they did not.
They had 3 kids. They're married now.
He said no way. I'm not gonna. That's crazy. I'm not gonna. I'm like, just go ask her to dance with me. Come on. What's the worst that could happen?
Watch they go dance.
And he's like, tell you what, I'll go over there. So finally, I badger him into it so much he goes over there. He comes back, and he won't say anything. I'm like, what? He's like, no, just don't go over there. I'm like, what do you mean? What happened? Just don't. I'm like, come on. Why don't we go over there together? And he's like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. But once again, Gators always gets his way, so he comes over. We go over there. He's like, hey, you remember my friend Jonathan here, right? And she yells at him, I told you not to bring him over here! And she turns to me and starts screaming at me to get away from him.
Holy crap.
So, yeah, that...
the court order, cease and desist.
So she's now a lesbian now, Gators? Is that what you said?
No. Actually, there is a positive postscript to this.
Sometimes Johnny just doesn't get it.
3 years later, at band camp again, entering my senior year. And at this point, Anne-Marie wasn't in the color guard anymore. But there were sometimes people that were former band members that would show up at band camp the night of the dance just to kind of visit people, see how things are going. And so her and a friend showed up the night of the dance. And somehow I was dancing with someone, which I don't remember who I was dancing with or why, because that's very unusual that someone would want to dance with me. And I know I didn't ask that person to dance because that I never asked anyone to dance. It was always someone else that asked someone to dance.
Because you'd always get rejected.
And I guess...
Yeah, maybe he was bored.
And Anne-Marie was with someone that wanted to cut into the dance. And so they came over and said, hey, can we cut in? And so I guess, Anne-Marie went along with this, and I got to dance with Anne-Marie because of that cut-in. So it took a number of years, but I eventually got that dance.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Her friend of hers got this whole act together.
Yeah. She was there with some other guy who wanted to, for some reason, dance with this girl I was dancing with for some reason, and so they came over and were like, "Hey, sorry if we cut in," and it was like, "Hell yeah!"
My life is complete.
My life is complete. I could die happy now.
That's right.
Yeah.
I can see Nirvana in the distance.
I'm trying. Well, no, because by that. Well, the thing is by that point I was totally head over heels for Allison. It was kind of like, gee, this is like 3 years ago me would have like been in heaven tonight. Not that I didn't enjoy the dance. It was a nice dance and it was a nice postscript to the story. But
Right.
by then I wasn't. Yeah, it was a nice dance, and I have pleasant memories
she
of
went
that.
and did all that just so her friend could dance with whoever.
Oh yeah!
she were
Oh,
dancing
she
with.
didn't want to dance with me.
And
She didn't want to dance
she
with me.
decided to take the bullet.
She did not want to, but she was willing to at that point. At that point, it was water under the bridge.
As a favor to her friend.
Yeah. But I got to dance with her.
And saying,
Yeah,
you
so
owe me big time for this.
I suppose I should have taken advantage of the opportunity to go. Oh, by the way, I never did get a good picture of your science fair project. Could you hear?
Yeah, that
you
thing's
go.
still up and running.
If I give you my address, maybe you can mail me a copy of it.
Yeah, that thing's probably been taken apart and used for parts for way more.
No, she did a science fair project about like something to do with TV, and I know she had this like shoebox TV thing in the.
Oh, there you go.
She's an overachiever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone typed something in Skype, and I see something popping up over here, but I can't seem to make it actually show up in Skype.
I don't know, I hate Skype, but
Yeah, I do too, because I don't know what the hell someone said.
it's okay.
Because I saw someone say something about the music.
Oh, the poor music?
Yeah, but I can't find the message.
Oh. Oh well, not me.
Anyways,
Not me either.
so anyways, I think that is about the only happy ending I have in all these stories. Was that I did eventually get to dance with Anne Marie. The problem is that I was really into Allison at that point, who was dancing with Tom that night, and not me.
And they got married and they have 12 kids.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
She was freaky and got it on like that.
No, Allison's still single and goes to comic book conventions dressed up as Wonder Alley.
Oh, nice. I approve.
She has a Twitter account.
There you go.
Would you like to see that one too, Dune?
I think I'll follow her though.
You know what? You might as well just put these in.
Which would be a problem because I follow a lot of cosplayers. So there you go.
Well, anyone out there can find it because I already gave out the Twitter name of Wonder Alley. So
Yay! I'll ask her if she wears cat ears.
So, you follow a lot of cosplayers.
Shush your venison.
How do you spell that?
Really?
Wonder Alley, all one word, ALI.
There you go. Okay. I'm gonna tweet her.
But she doesn't have a real picture as a profile picture. But there's probably
It's
pictures
okay.
of her
I will
somewhere
ask
in
her
the
if she wears
account.
cat ears.
Go.
Give her cons.
Yes, you should do that. By the way,
And then I will mention at Johnny Gators.
I don't think I spelled it right.
I'd highly recommend against mentioning my name in the presence of this person ever.
Yeah.
Under
Oh,
no
really?
circumstances.
Okay, is this the person on the profile that says 1 part awesomeness, 2 parts what the fuck?
Probably it.
Where's that?
On the profile for Wonder Alley.
The profile of Wonder Alley says, thinks she's smarter than everyone else, drinks too much, jam packs a lot of. I don't know what you're looking at.
I know, but his sounds pretty good too.
Actually, I'm not so sure I got the right account here.
Sure, it's not too. It's ALLI.
No, only one L.
Well, okay.
Oh, I
Okay.
see. I've got 2 L's.
Wrong Wonder Alley.
Yeah.
Well, all right. We may as well end on a bummer, as we typically do on this show.
Found it.
Yay!
But the last time I ever saw Allie was not a pleasant experience. Well, I was hanging out with Doogie, and Doug, my good friend, and Doug had dated her behind my back. I didn't find out about this till later, but that only lasted for a summer because she went through younger guys like potato chips, and I wasn't young enough. I didn't get my 2 weeks, damn it. But anyways, so Doug had gotten a memo from Arthur that, hey, a group of us are hanging out at the New York Diner over in 206. You want to come hang out? And so Doug's like, hey, you want to go hang out with them? I'm like, I don't want to hang out with them. And he's like, well, Allie might be there. I'm like, hey, let's go hang out there. And so we go to the New York Diner, and we walk in, and there they all are at the table. And Allie is just taking a bite of Jell-O and stops mid-bite, looks at me, takes a spoon out of her mouth, and goes, I need to go use the bathroom.
She never came back, did she?
Her best friend Meg goes, I'll go with her. And at that point, I go over to the table, and Arthur's like, I'm like, I didn't mean to cause commotion. Arthur's like, well, you didn't know she was going to be here. I'm like, I kind of did know this. Oh, you didn't? I'm like, yeah, but we could go with I didn't know she. And so Doug's kind of like, like, oh my God, what have I done? And Meg comes over and is like, Doug, get over here.
Doug got in trouble.
And apparently, over there, a conversation to the effect of, why in the fuck did you bring him here, took place. So after they calmed down, they come back to the table. We all sat at the table. It was very awkward and uncomfortable. At some point, I was, like, hey, Doug, we should probably go now. Yeah, we should go now. Okay, bye. And that was the last I ever saw Allie.
Boy, are you a very popular person.
I have that effect on the ladies.
But I hear the dogs love you, Gator.
Oh, the dogs love me at 2 in the morning.
Yes.
They want to let the whole house know how much they love me.
They do know.
It sounds like someone's home. That's
Si-
what the dogs say.
Simon's
That
about
don't
as into
sound
me
like
as
love.
Allie is. So, yeah, word of advice, I wouldn't mention me around Allie. Just saying.
Okay. So I'll say Gator.
She
loves
might-
I
you.
did find a nice picture of her on the beach with 2 friends, though.
You
Or
know,
Robin, or Rosie, or Jennifer, or
you know what? There's a lot of pictures on this account, and it's hard to know who's her. So maybe I need to find you a good Allie pic on this account to.
or any girl from 2nd grade to
Well,
12th
she
grade.
appears to have the Johnny approved hair color.
No, she's got black hair. I'm not only into redheads. I like black hair too.
I believe you. You don't have to convince me.
Okay, all right. As long as we're clear.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I think she's many colors. But she's mean to you, so she's dead to me. So
But
what do you think of the idea
and I don't really
that,
wish anything bad on her kind of way, by the way.
no. She's cool. I was a creep. That's all there is to it.
She seemed to like this article about from Australia that says Vegemite can be brewed into cheap form of beer.
That's disturbing and disgusting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes.
Guess what kind of beer won't be brewed at Dude's house?
No Vegemite beer for
Darn. Vegemite makes me think of Marmite, which makes me think of Vanessa. But that's a story for another week here on the show.
Okay.
Another dismal failure.
Insert title here.
Well, that was the foreign exchange student from England. She had a great accent. And she was very friendly. And I asked her out, and she was like, yeah, but I'm going back to England at the end of the semester, so it would be the point. I'm like, well, let's not think about that now. But she wasn't going along with that plan, so that was the end of that.
Wow. Hated on a global scale.
Yeah, but that inspired a great work of music that involved a lot of smashing of pianos. Anyways, thank you everyone for listening to this
All right.
night of humiliation, and good night.
what we've learned, huh?
All right, Venison, what have you learned tonight?
Oh, never mind. I'm lost in now.
Well, I've learned it's a bad idea to bring up third grade teachers' Twitter accounts on this show. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, what were you
Good
thinking?
night.
I wasn't. Clearly, I thought I could tell a story, and you could all just let that
That's
be,
right. Yeah,
and that would be that.
We were milking
No,
it out.
fucking no.
Thank you for that, and good night.
Good night. Good night,
Night.
Darth Vader.